And welcome to this edition of ACAP Today for the week of September 7th, 2020. I'm Jason Parent with the Aroostook County Action Program. On this week's edition, Impact. We're going to focus on the upcoming event on the 12th of September at the Nordic Heritage Center with the lead of our prevention team, Meg Hegemann. She'll be joining us in just a little bit, but before we get to Meg, we want to get to some of the news and information that you can use in this coming week and some of the services and programs that we're offering to our community. And so we begin on ACAP today by first reminding folks that our offices are available and accessible to folks by appointment, by phone, virtually, and with curbside assistance. And we are looking, as the fall season is upon us, to consider opening of our lobbies, particularly in Presque Isle and Holton, and we should have more information for you on that and a decision really soon. But you are welcome to call us, make an appointment, and if we do make an appointment in one of our facilities, we will certainly take your temperature and follow all of the necessary protocols to ensure that you and our employees are safe. We're excited to announce that Maine's Workforce Collaborative, which includes the 3 workforce opportunity zones in the state of Maine, as well as the 3 providers of workforce services across the state, ACAP, Workforce Solutions, and Eastern Maine Development Corporation, our good partners there, are working on a series of training opportunities that will be offered to people statewide. We've brought together the best of the teams across the state. Topics will include things like Maine's employment and training program information, interviewing tips and tricks, making career choices, resume and cover letter development, job preparation and retention, and navigating job search and hiring process for individuals with a criminal history. So this is an opportunity for the 3 workforce boards to come together to provide these free virtual employment workshop info sessions to help individuals connect to resources, build job skills, and find and maintain employment. Give us a call. Our workforce development team will help you get connected to that. Or there is a link there on your screen. We'll put that on our website as well so that you can access the free workshops. We were very pleased to host last week a whole family event at ACAP's Holton Center featuring United States Senator Susan Collins, State Representative and Assistant House Minority Leader Trey Stewart, as well as several dignitaries via Zoom, including State Office of Head Start leaders. The Executive Director of Maine Housing, Dan Brennan, was up for a visit. And then, of course, Elaine Zimmerman from the Region 1 Administration for the Office of Children and Families in Boston. All participated, and we heard from 2 of our program participants who are seen there on your screen, Caitlin and Jennifer, and they told great stories about how the whole family approach at ACAP has helped their family advance and get on a path to economic prosperity for their household. So we thank all of the participants in that event. It was a great event, and there's more information about how it went online and on our website. We also want to congratulate another milestone last week, Paul and Betty. This is a picture of Paul and Betty along with Dan Brennan from Maine Housing and Shannon Hill and myself from the ACAP team, who are congratulating them on their new mobile home. Paul and Betty had a mobile home replacement project that they've been working on with Shannon for a number of months. And last Tuesday, we celebrated with them, and they will have a much warmer and safer home this winter as a result of the mobile home replacement that we were able to work collaboratively with them on. I'm just going to reset my slide deck here for a minute. Our next item that we wanted to share with you is that we are hosting a community coat drive at our 771 Main Street Presque Isle location. This is much like our community cupboard, where you can take what you need and give what you can. So we're inviting folks to drop off coats that your children may have outgrown or adult-sized coats that you may no longer wear. That 24 hours, 7 days a week, it's available for folks. Mittens, scarves, and boots as the temperatures drop. We wanted to get people properly attired for the coming season. So please do consider dropping off coats, or if you are in need of one, check out the rack, and we would be glad to let you just take one. It's, again, an honor system, and we appreciate all of the donations that we do receive. The Home Energy Assistance Program is in the very first weeks of a brand new season. All of our HEAP appointments this year, unless you prefer otherwise, will be done over the phone. All of the benefit information and the paperwork went out in the mail for appointments. If you did not receive a benefits call or benefit statement this year or an appointment, please do contact us. Otherwise, please make sure you're available by your phone at the scheduled appointment time that was sent to you. If you have any questions, please do give us a call at 764-3721. This is to better serve you, more safely serve you during this time of COVID-19. Our rent relief program continues. It is a program that provides up to $1,000 a month for a maximum of 3 months. Now that we've moved into September, we are continuing to process applications. We've actually gotten through the applications that were submitted in August, so we are now processing September applications, either for the first month or for the second month of the program. A number of folks did apply for 3 months of back rent, and so those are all being processed at this time. Please bear with us on this, as there is a little bit of a backlog, not nearly as much as we had, and there's a process to go through, so we just ask for your patience. If you have any questions, 764-3721 is where you should call. Our Navigator Assistance Program, our navigators are actually working on the rental assistance program now. They are able to connect you with various programs, both within ACAP and external organizations. Please do give us a call if you are in need of help or services and just don't know where to turn at this time. That's what our navigators are for, and they are happy to help you. Our ACAP team is encouraging our community to join us in wearing masks in public and to help us stop the spread of COVID-19. Several of our team members here are posing for pictures with their masks, and we ask that you join us in this campaign and mask up when you're out in public. In a health segment now for our community, we are passing along to you that one of our key partners in the community, Northern Light A.R. Gould Hospital, will be holding free adult drive-through flu shot clinics. Again, they're all drive-through this year for purposes of keeping people safe during COVID-19. They will be in Mars Hill on Thursday, October 8th at Central Aroostook High School, and on Caribou on Saturday, October 10th at the Caribou Health Center there on Bennett Drive, in Fort Fairfield on October 10th from 1 to 3 at the Fort Fairfield Health Center for A.R. Gould, and in Presque Isle both on the 17th and the 31st of October between 9 and 12 noon on the A.R. Gould Hospital campus here in Presque Isle. You must be at least 18 years of age or older, and these are free flu shots, so we encourage you to take advantage of this and keep yourselves healthy and safe in the coming winter season. In another piece of health news that we wanted to pass along, if you are behind on your child's immunizations, we certainly encourage you to reach out to your pediatrician's office. The public health nursing of the Department of Health and Human Services is also holding safe catch-up immunization clinics across the state. The number there on your screen is one of the resources that you can call to be able to get more information on the immunization clinics. And I'm sorry, my PowerPoint slides keep crashing on me here. So I'll bring up the next slide here in just a moment. The next piece of information that we wanted to share with you is that in health news is that we do have a tobacco cessation program that Elaine Sipe runs, and that program is available to folks in our community. Please do contact Elaine. This is an opportunity if you were thinking of quitting either during this pandemic, as a result of this pandemic, or for other reasons. We certainly encourage you and want to be there for you. We are offering our services at a distance. Elaine can also meet with you in your driveway or work over the phone with you, however you prefer. So please do contact Elaine at the number that will be coming up on your screen again shortly. Elaine Sipe, esipe@acap-me.org is her email address, and we would be happy to support you in your effort to quit tobacco products. Our Hope and Prosperity Resource Center, as we've mentioned for the last couple of months, is reopened on Skyway Drive, 975 Skyway Drive. It's a resource for individuals who are experiencing homelessness, or for individuals who are housing insecure or in need of just connection with resources. We encourage folks to visit the Hope and Prosperity Resource Center, again, 975 Skyway Drive. Give us a call if you need more information about this facility. We'd be happy to provide it to you. Women, Infant, and Children's program is now at 771 Main Street for their Presque Isle office, and seeing patients, or seeing clients, I should say, through the window right now. We also are offering customers the opportunity to come inside the building as needed as well. Please do contact WIC if you are in need of any assistance. If you have young children, young preschool age children in your home, WIC is a great resource to help you get healthy and nutritious food vouchers to use at your local grocery store. So please do consider calling us if you could benefit from the WIC program. Speaking of WIC, last week was supposed to be their last farmers market of the season. However, we've extended it by one more week, and they will have their new last farmers market of the season on Wednesday, September 9th. That will be between 9 and 4 p.m. right here at our 771 Main Street facility near Walmart. And we also want to remind folks out there that if you've been impacted, if your employment's been impacted by COVID-19 and that has impacted your health insurance coverage through your employer, the healthcare marketplace may be an opportunity for you. We do have an enrollment specialist and a navigator that is available. His name is Stan Targonski. Please do call us if we can be of any assistance to you in navigating your healthcare insurance coverage options during this challenging time. And our early Head Start and Head Start programs are in the midst of starting a new year. Last Monday was the first day for our early Head Start classrooms, and this Tuesday will be the first day for our traditional Head Start classrooms across Aroostook County. We welcome all back and all new students into their classroom. And if you have any questions about our Head Start program or would like to check about future enrollment opportunities for your children, please do give us a call. We'd be happy to speak with you about those opportunities. Our HomeWorks home buyer education classes, we have classes coming up in September, October, and November on the Saturdays listed on your screen. It's a great program and has great incentives for purchasing a home and discounts on the purchase of the new home, including saving at closing costs and other incentives for you to participate in the class. It's a very affordable class and it's all available online. Greg Doak is our instructor for the class. He's available at gdoak@acap-me.org or 554-4175. And lastly, our partners at the Northern Lighthouse are currently accepting referrals. There are immediate openings, no wait lists, and their offices are located across Aroostook County here in Presque Isle and further south. And so with that, I am pleased now to welcome to ACAP Today, Meg Hegemann, who is the lead of our prevention services. And Meg, it's great to have you on the program because today we are going to talk about impact.
We are. I am so excited to be with you. Thanks for giving me this opportunity.
So let's launch right into it. Tell us, we talked a little bit about it a couple of weeks ago when we had other members of your prevention team on, but it was still a few weeks away and we're almost here. It's this coming Saturday, the 12th of September.
It is so close. So IMPACT is an acronym. It stands for Empowering Prevention for Aroostook County Teens. And so we are doing a fabulous event. It will all be outside. And the idea is that right now, everyone is stressed out with all of the COVID changes and the kind of isolation that we've all felt. And teens are especially vulnerable to that. And a lot of times they've been kind of even more isolated than the rest of us. So we really want to provide an opportunity for teens to get together and just have a good time. They'll get some information on substance use prevention, but really it's about building relationships, knowing that there are supportive adults around, and having an opportunity to hang out with their friends. Everything will be very COVID compliant. So I am here at Nordic Heritage Center because this is the fabulous facility that we will be using. So there is lots of space and it's all outside. The beautiful lodge behind me, we actually won't be in there. It's a great backdrop though. We will instead be out in these huge fields that are available. So as people arrive, We will go ahead and check their temperature, ask them the COVID screening questions, and anyone who is symptomatic will not be allowed to participate in the activities that day. But as long as they pass all of those guidelines and have a mask, we will have some available. But any activities that are in our fields, they will be required to wear a mask. So, and social distancing will also be enforced. So we will not be rubbing shoulders, but we'll be maybe kicking toes or finding other ways to be involved with one another. All of the activities will be spaced far enough apart that they don't have to get that close to each other. We also, so the number of activities just keeps growing and growing. I get more and more excited every day. And we are going to keep high schoolers and middle schoolers separated, mostly because high schoolers typically don't want all that many middle school kids running around, and the middle school parents don't necessarily want their kids hanging out with high schoolers. So we're gonna keep those folks separated by a little bit. There are some activities that will be together. Bingo, we figure there's not much difficulty with that one. So the bingo games will run and they can all participate in those. So that's one activity we have. We have some folks from the Presque Isle Community Players coming. They're gonna do some improv comedy games, which I always love. I think those are fabulous. We are gonna have some people leading hikes on the beautiful trails that are out here. We are going to have a bunch of different yard games, ring toss, things like that. And then we also are gonna have some table games. Now, anytime that someone touches something, it will be decontaminated and sanitized before anyone else gets to use those game pieces. So we're gonna be very careful about all of that. We'll have lots of sanitizer around to take care of that. We have, let's see, we have dance that's gonna be going on. We've got yoga that will be one session for middle school, one session for high school. We have a photo booth that will be here literally every day. There's another partner that comes on who has another fabulous idea, and we just add it to the schedule. So some of those activities are going to be scheduled out, and other activities will be going on throughout the whole day. So most of those games will be set up all the time. We'll have exhibits available for several of our different entities and partners. Will be having information. And you'll want to come and participate in everything, because when you arrive, you're going to get a punch card, and that punch card, anytime you go to an exhibit, you'll get a punch. Anytime you go to an activity, you'll get a punch. If you win a game, you'll get an extra punch. And at the end, when you're ready to go, then those punches will get exchanged at our prize table. And depending on how many punches you have, you'll get to win a prize. There are tons of prizes. What prizes, you ask? Well, let me
Go for it.
So we have so many different things that will be available for you. We have earbuds, because nobody wants to listen to your online virtual classes while your mom's working in the other room or your little sister's playing on the game. So we have earbuds that will be available. We'll have water bottles. We'll have coffee mugs. We have drawstring bags. We have school supplies. And we have a whole bunch of other things that are, we have stress balls, we have fidget cubes, we have just a whole bunch of different options. But the real kicker is that every hour we will be drawing door prizes. So the event starts at 1, at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and then you'll want to stay through the whole thing, because at 4 o'clock we're drawing again. And on every hour, we will be drawing 2, not 1, but 2 $50 gift certificates to Amazon. Wow. So you really want to be here, right? That's a great, great deal. And you can use that for whatever is to your heart's content. So you'll want to come early. You'll want to stay late, stay the whole time. It'll take that long to do all the fun activities that we're going to have anyway. I just found out today, actually, one of the cool things about being here is that behind me, that's a fire ring, y'all. So we're going to be able to have a little fire ring so you can gather. The other thing that we're going to have available that I'm really excited about are, we're going to have we're calling them listening stations. So at least 4, maybe more places, kind of off to the side somewhere, you'll find somebody sitting in a camp chair. There'll be an extra camp chair beside them, and there'll be a sign that just says, "I'm here to listen." people have been so isolated for so long. Some of us just need to vent a little bit. We just need to get it out, whether it's, you know, how our summer's been, how school is starting back for us, what we're looking forward to, what we're not looking forward to. And so those chairs are just going to have people in them who are non-judgmental presence, just to listen and whatever you feel like venting about. Or maybe you just get tired of walking around and you need a place to sit for a few minutes, and you can do that too. So the fire will be another place, I think, where lots of great conversations will be had. We really want to let our teens in Aroostook County know that there are parents, adults, agencies, there are a ton of resources. There are a lot of adults who really care about you. We know that it's a hard time right now, and we really want to provide an opportunity for people to manage their stress in healthy ways, to build relationships that will sustain them. And this is the perfect time, the perfect season, the perfect place. And we will do our best to make sure that it is physically distant, but socially connected.
That's a great segue, Meg. I wanted to talk about two P's that you mentioned in all that you were talking about: purpose and then partnership. So you started to talk a little bit about the purpose of all of this. It sounds like a really great time, and folks are going to have a lot of fun. There's also a purpose behind it.
Absolutely. So the whole program is brought to you by Drug Free Aroostook, which is a collaborative of folks from throughout the county who are working to prevent substance use among youth. So we are all about helping youth find healthy ways to deal with stressful environments so that they don't turn to drugs, to alcohol, to tobacco products. We want our young people in Aroostook County to be healthy, whole individuals. It's always been striking to me that most teenagers don't want to be told what to do. They don't want to be told by their parents or by anyone else what they do. And yet so often they end up allowing substances to tell them what to do. Their tobacco habit makes them go out for a cigarette break. Their alcohol addiction makes them turn to substances of abuse, and that's not a healthy way. So we want to encourage them to find other ways so that they don't end up having substances tell them what to do without them really even knowing it. And so we're doing some education around what the risks really are, how the drugs and alcohol can impact their brain development, and encourage them, just wait. There's a reason that the legal age for these things is 21, and it's because your brain is still developing. So we really want to give our youth an opportunity to thrive and to grow into healthy, productive human beings so that they can reach their own goals, whatever their values are, and they can live into the fullness of what they want to be in their lives. So that is really our purpose. And we can't do any of it alone. So our partners are really coming to the table with this. So it is officially sponsored by Drug Free Aroostook, which in itself is a collaboration, and the Boys and Girls Club. They are a key partner with us. And ACAP sponsors Drug Free Aroostook. Boys and Girls Club is an active part of that. Also, you mentioned AR Gould and some of their activities, and they are partnering with us. So they are helping us provide an overview as to the importance of the COVID precautions that we'll take. So we have AR Gould is going to be here. We have Mainly Girls is a new partner that just signed on to be here with us. We have Power of Prevention, which is another community collaborative. They will be here and they will have some swag. We have the Northern Lighthouse is going to be with us. So many partners. I hesitate to name them because I know I'm going to forget someone. Northern Maine Community College will be here. We have volunteers from a variety of different organizations, and then we have different exhibits that will be here as well. Hope and Justice will be here with some information on some of their prevention work. So you really, it changes daily, quite honestly. So I get more and more excited all the time because every time someone hears about the event, they really want to get involved because they care so passionately about the well-being of our young people.
Now, it's targeted for youth in grades 6 through 12, and your invitation's open countywide, correct?
That's correct. It is. So we will have middle school and high school, as I mentioned. And so any families with younger kids, we're going to ask that they maybe choose something else. Maybe they can go hang out somewhere else in town for the day. But we will be open to all. It will also be a GLBTQ plus affirmative event. So all youth are welcome. It will be a safe environment for everyone. We are trying to get the word out. So hopefully there are announcements being made in high schools and middle schools throughout the county. There are flyers that have been posted in schools, in rec centers. The rec centers have been notified. The Homeschooling Association also has sent out information. It's really, we're open to everyone. So we hope that there's no barrier that will keep you out of participating in this event.
And it looks like, looking at the long range forecast, you've got a beautiful day, mid 60s and partly sunny. But in the event that would change, there's a rain date as well.
There's a rain day. It will be the very next day. It'll be Sunday afternoon. If it doesn't happen on Saturday afternoon. But this is a fabulous omen. It is a glorious day. And so that being the case, we're really expecting a wonderful day for a wonderful event. And the breeze is blowing, the sun is shining. So in terms of the health ability for us to gather in a place like this, it's really ideal. The risks are so low when you're physically distant, staying masks, and you're outside for a great afternoon.
Great. What haven't we talked about this event? Maybe let's talk for a moment. You mentioned Drug-Free Aroostook.
Sure.
Talk a little bit about Drug-Free Aroostook. There may be some folks that don't know what Drug-Free Aroostook's all about, and I know that, but I'm sure that when you remind them, they've seen the work of Drug-Free Aroostook because it's very visible in their homes anyway.
They have indeed, yes, whether they realize it or not. So Drug-Free Aroostook has been working for almost 5 years now to reduce substance use and abuse among young people in Aroostook County. So we are responsible for the Just Because It's Legal Doesn't Mean It's Safe ad campaign in partnership with WAGM. They have done a marvelous job of producing the ads that we have that try to educate not only young people, but our newer ads that actually just started on WAGM 2 days ago. September 1st was when we rolled out the new ads, and I was watching Big Bang Theory last night, and I was so excited to see one of our new ads that showed up between those episodes. So those newer ads are looking to educate parents. One of the things that we've realized in talking with some local health teachers is that oftentimes parents aren't aware of the risk, particularly of marijuana use to adolescents. So legalization in Maine tended to make people think that it's safe for everyone. But legalization only made it legal for people over 21. And there's a reason for that. Alcohol is legal too, right? But we know that alcohol is not safe for adolescents. It's not safe for all people all the time. There are some substantial risks that need to be taken into account. So we're doing our best to educate parents and grandparents and teachers and other caretakers about those risks so that we can be more informed when it comes to protecting our young people from things that they can much more easily become addicted to than adults. So that's one of the big things that we've been doing. Typically in past years, we've been able to do Youth Prevention Day, which is a day for all 7th graders held at UMPI. And of course, thanks to COVID, we had to cancel that one this past spring. So plans will be next spring, hopefully, to combine both 7th and 8th graders to pick up the students who might have missed out on that opportunity last year. And Impact is our way of providing something in the meantime to kind of help get that information out and give youth something that they can do. We also just developed a notebook that is being distributed through backpack programs, and then we'll be getting into other schools, and we'll have some available here. And those notebooks have information on some healthier ways to manage their stress. So there are some techniques that are listed in there, and there's some information on especially the anti-vaping campaign. So the number of young people who are using electronic vaporizing products is skyrocketing, and they are extraordinarily risky. A lot of youth didn't realize that they had nicotine in them. They thought they were just vaping the flavors. Flavors are a huge problem. They are clearly marketed to young people, even though they're not legally allowed to have them, with flavors like bubblegum and cotton candy and juice, gummy bears, and just silly things that are very obviously targeted to youth. And so Drug Free Aroostook really works to educate young people, to educate adults about what those devices look like, because often young people could use them right in front of adults and they didn't know what was going on. And we're also work with, we work on policy. We work to work with our legislators and our towns and cities to reduce access to those products, and ultimately to at least get rid of the flavoring in those products so that they're not targeting our young people at the expense of their health.
Indeed, I think, Meg, it's important for folks to remember out there, because we hear, you know, in the nightly news and throughout our community about the opioid epidemic, but really a lot of the things that you're talking about, you know, alcohol use, tobacco use, all of those challenges are still very real in our community and sort of have gotten absorbed into the headlines, if you will. But your work is really looking across sort of the panacea of all of the challenges that are faced by our communities, and some of them have been long-standing challenges and shouldn't be forgotten.
That's exactly right. So we do work on opioid prevention as well. We have a drug take back day coming up in October. But that's exactly right. I think one of the things that has happened is that as devastating as the opioid epidemic is, the numbers are lower. So it's incredibly destructive. And yet the gains that we had made in terms of reducing young people smoking and using tobacco products, the vaping industry undid that in a matter of, it just seemed like a snap of fingers. The work that had been taking decades to do and all the progress that we'd made just was undercut by this new technology. And so now we're fighting that old battle all over again. And alcohol use, we had made pretty substantial strides. We had reduced alcohol use among high school students in Aroostook County by 5% or by 7% over the past 5 years. And now we hit COVID. And we don't have a lot of those specific numbers yet, but access to alcohol and adult modeling. I mean, how many of us have seen all of the memes all over the place about, you know, we're getting through COVID and the homeschooling supplies hanging over the wine display at the store. And some of that is kind of tongue in cheek, at least I hope, but we do know that alcohol consumption is up among adults. And anytime that happens, it also increases access for young people, and they mimic what they see their parents doing. And if that's the way we say that we're managing stress, that's how they learn to manage stress. And it's really not helpful. So there's a lot of work to do. And sometimes it feels like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but we do know that prevention works. We do know that education makes a difference. We know that reducing access makes a difference. And so the group of folks that make up Drug Free Aroostook, with ACAP and police departments and Power Prevention and AR Gould and Boys and Girls Club and all the WAGM, all the other partners that we have, really are committed to this work and making sure that young people have every possible opportunity to thrive.
And have a good time too, as they will on Impact Day coming up Saturday, September 12th. Any last thoughts about either Impact or the work that you're doing, Meg?
I'm just really thrilled to be a part of this work. And we hope that empowering prevention for Aroostook County teens really will make an impact on our youth. And we look forward to seeing everyone out here on the 12th.
All right, Meg Hegemann, thank you so much for being our guest on this week's ACAP Today. We want to remind everyone what we were just talking about. That is the Impact event that is again coming up on Saturday, September 12th from 1 to 4 at the Nordic Heritage Center. It's going to be a gorgeous day, and if for whatever reason we do get some rain that day, the rain date will be on Sunday, September 13th from 1 to 4, same time. It's at the Nordic Heritage Center where Meg was joining us from, which is at 450 Fort Fairfield Road in Presque Isle. It's right by the town line, Fort Fairfield town line, and on the top of the hill as you're heading toward Fort. It is a physically distant, socially connected, but educational and fun day. Masks are required, and we'll have some on hand for folks who might forget that day. All youth grades 6 through 12 are certainly welcome. There'll be activities for different ages in different spaces, as Meg just talked about. Door prizes every hour, so you'll want to stay all the way through the end. And we'll have lots of good fun, good clean fun, and opportunities even for folks to just listen or to talk and be heard. Again, call us at 764-3721 if you have any other questions, but there's no admission and you don't need to reserve anything. You just need to show up that day. We'll do the screening, the COVID screening for you to make sure everybody there is healthy, and we're looking forward to a great time. Speaking of connecting, please do connect with us in any of the following ways through our Facebook page, where we post lots of information. I'm sure there'll be great information on this event, and I'm guessing Meg might go Facebook Live that morning to remind everyone as they're setting up. I'm thinking she'll do that. We'll also be available to you via YouTube, acap-me.org, our brand new website. We'll have all the information on this event. Of course, you can call us or email us at the information on your screen. And lastly, as we do each week, we want to end our broadcast with a snapshot of the week. Our entire team is excited to welcome back our Head Start students this Tuesday, and last Monday we welcomed back our early Head Start students countywide. Just at the perfect time, that picture crashes on me there. But that was Chantal and Phyllis from our Early Care and Education program at Goulville, welcoming students back at the Early Head Start students back last week. And we're so glad that they're back. And we're so glad that you joined us for today's edition of ACAP Today. We'll see you next week with a brand new edition. Have a great week, everyone.